Hello there, people of the internet. I'm out here on the gun range. I got my 4570 Trapdoor Springfield. The issue with Trapdoor Springfield is you need a very specific loading of 4570 to shoot it, otherwise things get dangerous. Oftentimes I shoot black powder from it, but black powder is dirty and I'm in the city, so I have to like clean it in my bathtub, then I gotta clean the bathtub. It's just a long process. So I'm figuring out different smokeless powder loads that I can run through it. One thing that I do run through it whenever I want to fire 4570 is I have this gallery load, which I'm currently waving around right here. This is a very, very, very low powered 4570. It's more or less like a gimmick 4570. Gallery load, hugely underpowered for the cartridge. As a matter of fact, let me just tell you guys what this is. This right here is round ball that is literally, it's like a 135-ish grain round ball that is pressed into 4570 cartridge and seated and crimped. I have this loaded with tight group, like a really small charge of tight group. It should have about the same power as, I want to say, a 38 special, maybe more like a 44 special because of the diameter of the bullet. It's not very powerful. Definitely not the 4570 that we all know and love. But that being said, I have shot this stuff like a tremendous amount. One of the main reasons why I use this stuff is because it's not all that accurate, but it's also not all that recoil intensive. It costs basically nothing to load. It's a good way to be able to shoot my trapdoor without having to spend a whole bunch of money. But I want to test the accuracy of this right here. I have already fired one of these in a previous video, which I just filmed, so we do already have a round on target. I got a couple more. I'm going to test accuracy of these, see where they're hitting. These are just round ball, and they're definitely not going to stabilize properly being 135 grain inside of this trapdoor. But round ball can't exactly tumble through the air, so I want to see the effectiveness of this stuff. We're going to test accuracy and we're going to test power. They're not overly powerful and they're not going to be overly accurate. That's exactly what one would come to expect whenever you're dealing with gallery loads like this. Like, this is 10 yards in, plinking at, I don't know, pieces of wood and cardboard boxes because you're bored. This is definitely not high yield 4570, but I figure since I'm going to come out here and test this stuff anyway, I may as well videotape you guys, or bring the camera and do some videotaping with it. So let me grab my 4570 Trapdoor Springfield. This particular one is made in 1882, and yeah, we'll wander over here to where this door is, which is going to be our target. Alright, so because of where the sun currently is, I'm going to stick you guys right about there. Hopefully we don't have too bad of sun glare going on. How these are loaded: open up your trapdoor, which still has empty brass inside of it from me shooting about 2 minutes ago on a previous video. We're going to grab one of our rounds, load it in here. I'm going to store these rounds in the old back pocket there. Close her up, and I'm just going to go ahead and shoot at the door right here. Like I said, these aren't powerful, they're not going to be overly accurate, but I want to see how powerful and how accurate they actually are. Okay, alright, so elevation is roughly the same, but we got probably about an 8-inch spread from our last shot, standing in about the same location here. So that's about, so far, 8 inches at 30 yards or so, which is about on par with what I was expecting. These, as I've been saying, are not made for accuracy or power. Let's send another one here. Okay, not quite sure where that one went, but I do have another round here, and I got some dirt on this one, which is great because there's oil on it too, so that really mixes well together. Alright, we got us one more of these gallery loads. Just gonna send this down there. Okay, alright, yeah. Alright, we got ourselves a pretty decent little group down there. Let me grab the camera real quick, we'll walk down there, and then we'll do some power testing with this stuff. Alright, I think I fired a grand total of either 4 or 5 shots. Let's find out. My point of aim was about right here, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not that bad, all things considered, considering that this is just round ball with tight groove. I'm sure that if I continue to accuracy test this a little bit more, I don't know, we'll call it like a fist size hole at 30 yards or a fist size group at 30 yards. That's not that bad at all. I was definitely expecting worse. All right, so we do have people that come out here and they clean up, but we also have assholes that come out and just dump off a bunch of garbage. So we're actually going to use this to our advantage right now before it is hauled off to the dump or scrapyard or by whoever it is that comes out here and cleans this up. So I'm thinking that piece of wood right there, that dresser, let me make sure there's nothing inside of it first. We'll set it out, put some holes in it, and see what we can do. All right, that dresser has not been destroyed yet. I was definitely thinking about taking it home, but boy, it is loaded with roaches and there's some serious water damage to it. It's just particle board. It's not worth salvaging. Let me go grab some 4570. Okay, all right. A few rounds of 4570. Well, I use that term very loosely. A few rounds of gallery load 4570. And got us a wooden dresser made from particle board. She's been significantly waterlogged. I'm not sure if that will weaken the particle board or the water weight will give issue to these bullets going through. Not sure. Let's find out. Let's shoot it and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna step flush with it right about here and send around. Okay. All right. Well, it went into the dresser. Man, that thing is riddled with cockroaches. Whenever I hit it, I could just see them running out of that thing. Let me go see if that went through. All right, she did not go through the dresser. Let's go ahead and do another round and we'll see if this one goes through the dresser. I wish I had one of my 425 grain loads that I was using earlier to punch through that bad boy. Those things tumbled whenever they come out of this thing, so I bet it would have done a lot of damage. Let's send this one. Okay, well, I see light going through to the other side. That one went through. Let me do a few more. The dresser on its side, so I can hit the top of the dresser. Because I want to see, because those tend to be like the thickest wood, I want to see if those go through that. I moved the dresser back a little bit, just in case this does bounce. Let's go ahead, fix my camera a little bit there. Let's go ahead and hit it. See what kind of damage we get with this little round ball going not very fast. I still think that went through. That was cool because I saw it hit something on the other side. All right, well, I got another round here. May as well send it down range. Stick it through the top of that dresser. Firing. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, let's, I'll grab the camera. We'll wander down there and see what is what. Off this little truck thing, I want to hit that with one of my rounds. There's no batteries or anything inside of it. I already looked it over. It's basically just a plastic shell. All right, this right here is a just for fun thing because I'm out here and it's out here. I'm just gonna hit it. Let's send a round here. All right, we'll walk down there. We'll look at the damage here in a second. Send us another round ball downrange. All right, well that one went through because I saw the dirt on the other side. Maybe these are a little bit more powerful than I was giving them credit for. All right, this might be the first truck like this ever shot with a round ball. 2 rounds in, go through here. Definitely had a round pass through right there, round right there and there. I'm not sure where that second one went. Is that it? Nope, looks like we just had one pass through. And it came out the back right there. Here's this, 1-2 rounds right there. That's an exit wound from whenever we had it on its side. And both those rounds seem to have gone through. Okay, cool. So these rounds are a little bit more powerful than I was anticipating. I was kind of expecting them to bounce off of this. But there we go. Yep, went right through there, right through there. God, this thing's disgusting. Open that up and I still see things crawling around in there. I found this punching bag in the pile. I've been wanting one of those for a long time. I'm taking that home. Hell yeah. once I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.